Hello, fifth graders and families. So this week we learned about G on our D string. So this video is going to be for violins and violas, and I'll do a different one for cellos because they're different. So on your student's instrument, they should have some tapes. They could be gold, they could be silver, they could be black. There's all kinds of colors that they come in. And what we did is we have our fingers, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Violins and violas, the way I had them set up is they're in rest position, and they put their thumb print on the tape for their first finger, and then on their D string set down 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Then put their instrument into play position. Okay? Things that you should be looking for, parents, are that their wrists are nice and straight. If we get this, I call that pancake hand, and it causes some problems, both with intonation, and it can cause some long-term injuries, and we don't want those. So remind them to have their wrist nice and straight. And we talked about elephant feet. I'm sure you don't know what that means, so ask your student about it. They should be able to tell you about the elephant. Okay? If they're playing at pizzicato, so we've got 1, 2, and 3 down on the D string. If they're playing at pizzicato, it should sound like this. If they're playing at arco, which means played with the bow, it should sound like this. Okay? If they're getting kind of a weird ghosty sound, like this, where it does the weird screechy stuff, that's not what we want. Usually the culprit is that their finger is not stepped all the way into the fingerboard. So have them check that, okay? That little tiny adjustment makes a huge difference. Also, help your student remember that this is awkward. There is no other way to describe it, but it's awkward. And the best way for them to get better at it is to practice it and to do it over and over and to get through the sounding bad so that they can sound good. Because pretty soon we'll be playing real songs and it will be fabulous and they will sound amazing, but we've got to get through the awkward stage first, okay? So they need to check their feet, their posture, their instrument position, their bow, or their finger placement, their bow placement, all of these things, and then they can make a sound. So help them get through it, because it's going to be a little bit frustrating for a little while, and that's normal. So if they're getting frustrated by it, that's okay. Have them put their instrument away and come back to it. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.